Hello everyone, this is Madan. How are you all doing? Hi. In this video, we will see about the grandest scientific achievement of 21st century. That is the James Webb telescope. For simplicity, let us call the telescope as only Webb.
The Webb is a space telescope designed primarily to conduct infrared astronomy. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond Earth's atmosphere. That includes objects we can see with our naked eyes, like the sun, the moon, the planets, and the stars, and also faraway galaxies and tiny particles. The Hubble telescope, another old but a great telescope at that time, collects visible light, ultraviolet, and a little bit of infrared. But Webb is primarily an infrared telescope, so it sees light that's in a longer wavelength than our eyes can see. Webb's ability to capture light in the mid-infrared range allows its cameras to cut through dense clouds of dust and gas. This ability helped Webb to capture spectacular details of the Carina Nebula, where stars are born. Webb's infrared resolution and sensitivity allows it to view objects very old, many million light-years away, or that is low in visibility. Webb will help in observation of the first stars and the formation of the first galaxies. In a way, it will study detailed atmospheric conditions of potentially habitable exoplanets. Exoplanet is a planet that orbits a star outside the solar system. Our own Sun is a star, and Earth is a planet that orbits the Sun. The Webb has taken 30 years and $10 billion, that is around rupees 8 lakh crore, to develop, and is being described as one of the grand scientific endeavors of the 21st century. The Webb can see deeper into the universe than its predecessor Hubble. It will open a new era of cosmology. The first image shared by Webb shows a group of galaxies. It is 5.12 billion light-years from Earth. The detail of the thousands of individual galaxies in the image is stunning. It is like the universe in high definition. Now just imagine this. The cluster of the galaxies in the image is as it was 4.6 billion years ago. This image shows 5 galaxies. 4 of them are about 350 million light-years away from us, meaning the light we see today left these galaxies 350 million years ago. The speed of light is 3 lakh kilometers per second. To imagine this, light will travel around our Earth 7 times in 1 second.
Through Webb, we can make measurements of the universe expansion. Yes, universe is still expanding. We have to watch galaxies that are racing away from us. This shows that as of today, it is about 13.82 billion years old. Can I say this as an interesting fact? Anyway, you and me won't be living that long. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, is on a collision course with a nearby Andromeda galaxy. They both will merge in about 4 billion years. So, where is Webb positioned and why is it positioned there? The Webb telescope will not be in orbit around the Earth like the Hubble telescope, that is the Hubble Space Telescope. It will actually orbit the Sun. It is positioned 1.5 million kilometers away from the Earth. That place is called the second Lagrange point, or L2. So what is Lagrange point? Lagrangian or L points are named after the Italian astronomer and mathematician Joseph Louis Lagrange. He explained these positions about 300 years ago. A spacecraft placed there is more distant from the Sun and therefore should orbit it more slowly than the Earth. But the extra pull of our planet adds to that of the Sun's and allows the spacecraft to move faster, keeping pace with Earth. L2 is located 1.5 million kilometers directly behind the Earth as viewed from the Sun. L2 is a great place for which to observe the larger universe. A spacecraft here does not have to orbit Earth, so it will not go in and out of our planet's shadow. If it goes around Earth, the telescope will heat up and cool down repeatedly and therefore distorting its view of the universe. So what is special about this orbit? It lets the telescope stay in line with the Earth as it moves around the Sun. This allows the satellite's large sun shield to protect the telescope from light and heat of the Sun and Earth and Moon. Another interesting fact: the temperature difference between the hot and cold sides of the telescope is huge. You could almost boil water on the hot side and freeze nitrogen on the cold side. Nitrogen's freezing temperature is minus 210 degrees Celsius. Now imagine this. A human cannot survive if the temperature is below minus 21 degrees Celsius. Now Webb will orbit around L2 and not sit stationary precisely at L2. It is actually similar in size to the Moon's orbit around the Earth. Can you imagine this? Webb takes about 6 months to complete this orbit. This keeps the telescope out of shadows of both Earth and Moon. Hubble telescope goes in and out of the Earth's shadow every 90 minutes. But Webb will have an uninterrupted view that will allow science operations 24/7.
What is Webb looking for? Webb's purpose is to explore origins of the universe, of galaxies, of stars, and in the process look for proof of life. Webb can look for biosignatures by studying planets as they pass in front of their stars and capturing starlight that filters through the planet's atmosphere. But Webb was not designed to search for life, so the telescope is only able to scrutinize a few of the nearest potentially habitable worlds. How far away can the Webb telescope see? It has spotted the death of a star called the Southern Ring Nebula, about 2,500 light-years away. It also discovered mountains and valleys near the Carina Nebula, 7,600 light-years away. This section of the universe had never been seen before. In them are the oldest galaxies ever seen by human eyes. It has shown evidence of water on a planet 1,000 light-years away. It has shown incredible details about the birth and death of stars. Can we see back in time because of Webb telescope? The answer is yes. Because of the finite speed of light, the farther you look into space, the farther you see back in time. By looking ever farther into space with Webb, we can reconstruct and literally watch the evolution of matter in the cosmos. That is from the very first galaxies up to the present. This fact is beautiful. We should realize the light that reaches the Webb telescope may have traveled millions of miles from a star that no longer exists. Isn't that fascinating? How is the Webb telescope powered? It is by solar power. It also has a propulsion system to maintain the observatory's orbit and altitude. The solar array provides 2000 watts of electrical power for the life of the mission, and there is enough propellant on board for at least 10 years of science operations. As Webb moves on to observe smaller planets that could potentially have life forms, astronomers expect to detect the fingerprints of oxygen, nitrogen, ammonia and carbon in the form of methane and other hydrocarbons. The goal is to find biosignatures of life. That is, chemistry that would point toward the atmosphere being modified by living organisms.
Last, we will take a look at Stephan's Quintet. The last photo from Webb showed Stephan's Quintet. It is a group of 5 galaxies 300 million light-years from Earth, interacting in a cosmic dance. What makes this image so mind-blowing is how small it is and how large it is at the same time. It is small in the sense that this image represents only a tiny portion of the night sky, a very tiny portion of the night sky. Imagine you are holding out one grain of rice, extending your arm. The area of sky that the rice covers, that's the size of area captured in the image. But it's huge in the sense that nearly every object in this image is a galaxy. Now think about it. In every rice grain, the size of sky, there are thousands and thousands of galaxies. The image firstly appears to be flat, but it reveals the depth of the universe and looks at the time that has passed. The very faintest, smallest flashing light in these photos are images of galaxies as they existed more than 13 billion years ago. It is near the very beginning of time. This is the light that has been traveling through space ever since. And not only can Webb capture images of galaxies this old, the space telescope can make measurements about what elements those early galaxies are composed of. The Webb at its most basic function allows us to see more of the universe and farther back in time. This is just the beginning. There is so much more to see. This is the miracle of science. This is the real efforts of human beings finding about cosmos and the universe. Now the inevitable question comes, are you still believing in God and religion and how universe was created? Believe in science rather than religion and many evil godmen. Human beings are not even a speck of dust, yet they are so evil and destroy each other. Throughout human history, there have been many men who have told about science and they have been killed. It is still happening. But look where the world and science is progressing in other parts of the world. It has been a lengthy video. I felt that if I had shortened it, it would do great injustice to the grandest scientific achievement of the 21st century. Thanks for watching the video till the end. Please like, comment and subscribe, and most importantly share the video widely. Thanks once again. Take care. Bye bye.